Look, man, we on the block right fucking now, man. Y'all niggas is not done. Y'all niggas out here. I never seen y'all niggas out here, bro. Hey, look, nigga, look, from now on, if you ain't from the motherfucking hood, don't say gangway. Don't say that shit, nigga.
When talking about the most underrated artists in the underground, a bunch of names get thrown around and everyone has their own definition of the word. One person that commonly gets overlooked in this conversation, despite pioneering entire ways, is Slimesito. Now, I've talked a little bit about Sito on my channel, but I've never really gone deep into his career and personal life. And just by looking online, I haven't really seen anyone else do it either, which is kind of crazy considering just how important Sito was to a bunch of artists' careers. But in this video, I'm gonna be covering pretty much everything Sito, including his come up, music, everything in between. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Sito was raised in Prince George's County, Maryland, and he lived there until he was 10 before moving to Clayton County, aka Clayco in Georgia. His family is from Panama and he even lived there at a point. From a young age, Sito was exposed to gang culture, drugs, and just general violence through his environment and family members. At the age of 13, he was already in the streets participating in this lifestyle himself. At a certain point, I guess Sito just got bored of being in the streets all the time and he turned his attention towards music. Now, starting a rap career was something Sito had always been interested in, but he had no clue where to start. Some of his friends like Black Walla had already begun releasing music of their own, so they encouraged Sito to do the same. The earliest music you can find from Sito is a collab with him and Guala called First Day Out, released February 14th, 2016. There isn't anything positive I can really say about this song, it's just kinda trash. I guess it could be worse for a first song, but it definitely does not hold up at all.
41 in Boston, 59 Rich Brown, only 10 niggas in this. Why you think I'm off in these hits? Man, he really got me fucked up. You know the nigga a plug, man. I'm doing shit low key. Mafioso shit on my fit.
Sito released his first solo song, Yo No Sé, on June 2nd, 2016. The song is better than his verse on First Day Out, but it still sounded like Sito was making music as a joke. The song pays homage to Sito's Hispanic roots by missing several Spanish lines, in addition to the title, which means I don't know in Spanish.
Yeah! Call on my phone, ask me a question, you know say it. You know what I'm saying? You talk about that hoe, don't ask me that, cause you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I did hit that lip, I ain't gonna tell you cause you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You might be talking to the feds, so nigga, you know what I'm saying.
Sito continued dropping, releasing collabs with K Supreme, Black Walla, BZB, and Influentials. In October, Sito was arrested, but he would be released a few days later. He celebrated this by dropping his own First Day Out track on the 19th, which would be the start of an iconic series. Sito released his first tape, Slimebeezy, on January 1st, 2017. It was a collab tape with BZB, and it featured production from some pretty iconic producers such as Mexico Dro and Eddie Gianni, as well as Sito's frequent collaborator Trap Money Mello. It was definitely more listenable than some of his earlier work, but there was still clearly a long way to go, and it was apparent that he hadn't really found his sound yet.
Ever since I was young, I'm on shit, I can already tell you ain't on shit, always pop shit, but you don't do shit, real talk, you know that I'll prove it.
Sito dropped the second tape, Bloody Slime, on February 9th, which featured exclusive production from Southside Smoke. Now, it was more or less the same kind of music as Slimebeezy, but there were some noticeable improvements on this tape. One thing that's very obvious in this project specifically is the Gucci Mane influence. At some points, it sounds like you're listening to an old Gucci Mane tape, but however, Sito has said Gucci's one of his favorite artists, so it makes sense.
Round, Clayco with a Draco, with a fucking Draco. Round, Clayco with a Draco. And right now, I'm finna let that shit go. Get out! You say you real, but you finna get exposed. You say you ringing, but you ain't making no noise.
In March, Sito would briefly be involved in a beef involving thousand band Fauni and Lil Yachty. Now, prior to this, Fauni was beat up by Lil Yachty's security after trying to approach Yachty at a hotel. During this incident, Fauni claimed that his chain was snatched. Sito would then post a picture on his Instagram holding a chain that he alleged belonged to Fauni, and then later Yachty would post a picture with what looked like the same chain, leading Fauni to believe that Yachty told Sito to rob him, but Yachty claimed he had no involvement with Fauni's robbery, and Fauni and Sito have since made up, and Sito even called her brother in a recent Instagram story. But focusing on the music again, with every new release, Sito was building a stronger fan base, and this is what really kept him motivated to drop new music. After a slew of singles, he dropped ChapoSlime in August, which was his third tape in a collab project with Big Smoke Chapo. Now, this project was a massive improvement from his old music in almost every way, including production, mastering, and then just general rap ability. And I would say this is where Sito really started mastering his flow, which is very derivative of a classic DMV flow, which obviously makes sense since he was literally born in the DMV.
Trap without a strap and get your ass slime. Try to bug and then hit you in your temple. Pop your ass like a motherfucking pimple. You ain't with him and you not about your issue. You ain't real right, I know
Sito released a fourth tape, El Slimelord, on the 29th. At this point, Sito had almost perfected his sound, and this project is related as a hit top to bottom. This tape also marks the first collaboration between Sito and Sensei ATL, a legendary trap producer who would go on to produce some pretty iconic tracks. In addition to Sensei, Stupid Cool and Corlingo also have placements on this project, making this just a classic release all around.
I am not showing no fear. 40 on me, I'm prepared. 12 watching by my wear. The other nigga, they just scared. You the type to take it to the fair. I am not playing fair. Not the same, I'm rare. Diamonds hitting so clear.
On December 4th, Sito released his final project of 2017, an EP called Kut Throat. Even though it was only 4 tracks long, it was straight heat all the way through. This project also features his first collaboration with Zangang. Zangang got connected to Sito through his brother Rob Surreal, and the chemistry between the two was apparent immediately, and this spawned an iconic duo that's produced so many hits that honestly, I don't even think I'll be able to list them all in this video.
Shot that nigga in the stomach. Hot by the bar, you know that I'm buzzing. Fucking on that bitch and she got a husband. Headshots, nigga, end the discussion. Get a nigga knocked off in the function. If it's beef, better know that I'm bumming. Nigga showing we ain't fussing.
In addition to making music himself, Sito would also help out his friends by letting them use his house to record or just stay a couple days. This is how he became cool with rappers like Trippie Redd, Lil Candy Paint, Doo-Wop Kane, and he even got co-signed by Mr. 33 himself. I don't know if they're so cool, but I would hope not, considering, you know, just yeah. But overall, Sito and RSG were instrumental to the Atlanta underground scene, and they definitely deserve their flowers. Now, after dropping 5 tapes in a year, you'd think Sito would slow down, but he just kept up the consistency. After being arrested for the 1000th time in early 2018 and releasing his second First Day Out track featuring K Supreme, Sito dropped arguably his most iconic project, Scarface Sito, in April. Literally every single song on this project is a hit, including Revenge, Foreign Shooter, and of course Queen Latifah.
Going so hard, just brought the meter. Hoodie on like the Grim Reaper. Lame nigga, I don't care to meet you. Y'all niggas act like the Policito. Fucking on the nigga Mamacita. Now she wanna be a Slimesito.
Unfortunately, on August 2nd, Sito was arrested again. After being released in October, Sito resumed dropping music, releasing First Day Out Part 3, and even releasing a Part 2 to Stick with Lil Yachty. On New Year's Day, Sito released his 6th project, Mafioso. This tape is solid, like I like it, but the mastering is kind of weird. Like the mix is kind of like questionable on a lot of the tracks, but it's still solid.
Too stressed on me, you better not try. I'm on the block when I'm posted with slime. I make that cutting, you know they gon' slide. I don't like profiles, I only slow down. I got that pistol on me when I drive. Bustin' on my wrist, I can't see the time. Just did a drill on the fucking S5. Call that nigga like I'm on the wrong side.
Sito released his 8th tape, Kold Blooded, on April 23rd. This is a million times better than Mafioso, in my opinion, because it just sounds like way more complete. This project also contains features from a good chunk of RSG, which only adds to the quality. Like, there's really nothing bad about this tape, and I definitely consider it one of Sito's best.
Get to the money, that's on the daily. Niggas talking down with that shit on phase me. Real street nigga, that's the way they raise me. Takes that saw, now he trying to erase me. Real street nigga, I can't let him play me. All of my shooters, they really go brazen. 2 steps, I keep that shit on the daily. Bro, have fade, nigga, you can't replace me.
Sito released a handful of singles and features before receiving another arrest in July. He was only held for a few days this time and released a 4th and final installment of his First Day Out series.
Slimes ass out, send us out the voicemail. Got your bitch and she trapping out that hotel. Foreign bitch with me, now she catching dough sales. Try to rob me, nigga, it's gon' fail. That clip on me, I don't care about shells. Try to rob me, I send your ass to hell. Stepping on bricks, yeah, I'm serving fish scale. Got a new stick and I'm out on bail.
Now, if I was Sito, I probably would have thought to myself, like, alright, like, this is the last time I go to jail. Like, I am just gonna stay out of trouble and do my thing. But no. In September, Sito, along with Guala and Beezy, was arrested for the 5th time, and this time around, it wasn't no 1 week thing. Sito was hit with 9 gang-related charges, as well as a weapons charge and a gun charge. I'm not gonna lie, it was looking like it was over for him. Like, really, nobody had any updates or, you know, just like clarification about his case. So, I mean, I remember I was thinking, like, dang, like, this is really it. Like, it's over. But finally, on December 2nd, 2020, Sito was released. Like I said, since there were like no updates or, you know, just like information given about his case, like this really came out of nowhere and nobody even expected it. Sito didn't waste time and got right back to work, dropping Out on Bond on March 26, 2021. This was a collab tape with Dolan Beats and a very different vibe compared to Sito's previous releases. There were some interesting samples, but overall it was a great post-release project.
Every day, you know I'm count block. I got a lot of pistols in my case. Yeah, look at these niggas, I would get bossy. I shoot you like mad, shit, I feel like a shot. These niggas ain't talking about nada. I ain't tryna politic if you ain't talking about plot. I'm talking about plot the plum. These niggas be always talking small, it got me like Wanda. Spanish bitch told me they am. I post on the block, I'm always thought about Honda. Yeah, the odds getting small like some fonts. I got your bitch in the kitchen, cosinando.
In June, Sito and BZB dropped Slimebeezy 2, the sequel to their 2017 tape. Not really much to say about this tape, it's classic Beezy and Sito. If you're more a fan of Sito's darker style tracks, then this is the tape for you.
Nigga don't try me, this shit can get hectic. Have your whole family tied up in a second. Talking that tough shit, taught his ass a lesson. Double down sticks, I don't do no wrestling. Double Russian shooters pulling up at Ashton. It's the niggas out, niggas know it's bracking. Quick draw, I don't do the slow reacting. Yeah, niggas not really is a passion. Keep that fire, niggas know I'm packing. The odds need an Oscar way that they act. You say you get money, but that shit is packed.
After months of hype, Sito finally released his 8th tape, Rich Slime. This project kind of mixed a bunch of styles together. There were some sample beats on it, and then there were the classic like evil, dark type beats. There were a bunch of snippets that were released on this project, most notably The World Is Yours, which was easily Sito's most anticipated snippet, and he didn't disappoint. We also got trippy and doo-wop features on this project, which I wouldn't say they were anything crazy, but they were definitely a welcome addition. The standout on this project is easily Demon, produced by Filthy. There isn't really anything else he could have titled this track. The beat is literally just distorted 808s and like a siren type melody, but Sito definitely made it work.
My brother, my keepers. Yeah, every day I run around, they get it. Run around the town, just like the ring. Got 3 strikes, like some shit told you. Got 4 bitches, but they don't got no feet. Pace walk, put this shit in the front. I set this shit all like I'm pulling teeth. Dug hard as fuck, but that's in my vehicle. Trying to run me, that's a badass idea. I tell you what's for it, I'm a brother's kid.
The Deluxe dropped a month later on the 24th, and it added a second Filthy produced track and a BZB feature. If we count the main album and the Deluxe as one, I would say this is easily Sito's best project. The amount of hits on this project is just insane. Fast forwarding to 2022, and Sito dropped 4 projects. A tape with DJ Fat called Dedication, released January 14th, a 5-track EP called Triple Cross Slime, released February 16th, a full-length album Vita Brazy, released July 13th, and a project full of unreleased and old music called The Leak, released August 18th. All of these projects contain some of the best music of Sito's entire career, and I highly recommend you listen to them. My favorite would have to be Dedication and Vita Brazy. On Dedication, Sito really showcases his versatility with the sample beats, and it's nice to hear like a different kind of style. Vita Brazy is an album I've been waiting on for a while, and it pretty much lived up to all my expectations. The production and mastering is top tier, the features went crazy, like everything is just fire. I feel like people low-key slept on this project, which is crazy, so y'all should definitely check it out if you haven't already. Aside from music, Sito is thankfully staying out of trouble and seems to be enjoying life. The guy has only continued to level up every year, and it doesn't seem like he's planning to stop anytime soon. And it's really crazy just looking back, seeing how far he's gotten and the influence he's had on the underground as well as the mainstream, and he's only been rapping for like 6 years. Like, I'm excited to see where he goes from here, and I'll always be tuning in. But that about wraps the video. Thank y'all for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, whatever y'all want to do, and I appreciate all the support, everyone who's been showing me love. I couldn't do any of this without all y'all, and yeah, but I will catch y'all in the next one.
Y'all already know how the fuck I'm rocking. Southside legend, bro. Slimesito out the fucking cut, bro. Y'all niggas been talking down, bro. I ain't starting none of that shit, nigga. Cause if you ain't got a 5 on you, you can't even talk to me, nigga. If you ain't got a 5, you can't even fucking talk to me, bro. And that's on Bloods, nigga. That's on Burn, nigga. Y'all niggas always talking down. Get your fucking racks up, nigga. Get your fucking money up, nigga. Caddy gang, ATM, money team, slime gang. Wipe your fucking nose, bro. Put the money on your head, make it spin, nigga. For real, free paint, nigga.
Gang, free real.
Slimesito, nigga.